Family, I am in the coldest city in America today. I'm telling you, DC, Baltimore is literally -5 degrees. I don't understand why
No,
it's so cold. But I'm here and I cannot come to this state without coming to see the best chef in America, not black chef, one of the best chefs in the world. My brother Tobias. Bro, Chef Tobias.
yes, yes,
I'm at his
man.
house, his amazing restaurant, 1123. What's this, Hyattsville?
Highsville, Highsville.
Hyattsville, Maryland. If you're anywhere near here and you're not eating here, are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay? Is the question. For
Are
real.
you okay? So I'm here and I cannot come to this area and not see my brother and have a conversation.
Absolutely.
How did we meet? We met online.
We met online. Um, my first spot that I had Union Oyster Bar.
Union Oyster Bar.
You had a layover somewhere and you came
I
to the
came to the
restaurant.
opening, grand
Yes,
opening.
yes,
Yes, I
yes.
pulled up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how much I love food. I love food. I changed my layover to stay so I could come eat at this man's restaurant and then went home. I came here to eat, and when I tell you I ate, y'all know how I do. I ate, and not just. It's one thing to come support somebody, and it's like, oh, I'm supporting, what I mean, my brother, my friend. Well, I didn't even know him then, but I was like to pull up on a guy that was doing something special, but then to get there and it's excellence,
Yeah.
and the food is top tier, 5-star. It was like, yo, this was worth it. I just didn't come to support a guy that I saw on the internet. I came and I experienced something that I feel like one of the reasons why we're friends to this day. I was like,
Man.
yo, this Joker is legit.
It was one of those moments. People were just like, it's this gospel singer outside. Like, and well, I'm pretty in tune with gospel. I don't know this guy. I'm like, man, but I think because people have came in and out of restaurants that I've had over and over again.
Right.
But for some reason, man, it was just your energy, man. It was your energy that day, and of course you had a good time that day. And you invited me to your home to do
Yeah, to the crib.
to the crib.
Yeah, my
That's
friend,
when you
yes.
was living
In Greenville.
in Greenville.
South
Yep,
Carolina,
that's when you
yep.
living in Greenville. And I went out there and I whipped up, man. And I think the connection just it truly blossomed after
Yeah,
that.
it was organic.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah,
like
100%. 100%.
it was like legitimate, like, yo, bro, I dig what you're doing. You like, bro, I dig what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what I'm saying? And we just kind of connected. And then I think one of the dopest things out of the whole connection, I remember I came to Maryland.
Yeah.
And I had to sing at I think it was City of Praise.
You had to sing at City
You know,
of Praise.
City of Praise. And I was like, bro, you cooking? If you cooking, do something for your boy. I'm gonna be in the city. And I think it was so dope. He was like, I'll bring you something, but I'm gonna pull up
I'm gonna
at
put
the
up
concert.
something and listen. And I cooked food. I remember cooking food, and it's crazy because City of Praise had been there for so long, but I never really had went to City of Praise. I had went to like once or twice.
Right.
And then I went that day, and after that I had told you, but for me in church, it was one of those things before that moment where my worship was like behind closed doors.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
in church whenever I always used to look at people crazy when they used to be in church and they'll have both hands in the air.
Right.
And they'll be snot bubbling. I'm like, what message am I missing?
Right,
Or I think it was more on, I think I had never really felt the Holy Ghost before. And I feel like my pride, it was a pride thing. Like, I don't want like if I'm in a room full of people, I don't want people like seeing me shout. I don't want people seeing me emotionally cry.
Right.
Like, and then like that day, man, like the message you delivered that day, man, I think they called people up
Yeah, to the altar.
to the altar.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, I want my hands and knees.
Yeah, bro. I wasn't expecting that. Cause like legit, cause I'm like, cause even like sometimes you invite people to church.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, is this gonna be too much?
Yeah.
Are they gonna get turned off?
Right.
But that's one thing I love about the Spirit of God. Like sometimes you can be a little nervous, but it's like the Spirit of God is never gonna scare anybody off. It's gonna welcome people, not push them away. And man, when I saw you on your knees, when I saw you go to the altar, I'm just
Bro.
like, I was like, oh my God, God is moving. You know, because I didn't compel you. I
That
didn't
was
ask you
no,
to really
you
come. You came.
mind you, you did mind you. I think at that point we were both you had just got done singing, so
Yeah.
they had started to deliver the word, and at that point, I think we were just both sitting down, so you
Yeah.
didn't even know that I had went up,
Right.
and it was one of those moments, bro, where that was my first time, like where I can genuinely say I knew what it felt like to like have the Lord like literally take me and just take over my whole body, my spirit, everything. It was one of the moments I got up and was like, I was like, God. I was like, yo, what's going on? But it was one of the moments where I was just like, you know what, this is what it feels like. I can now know what I used to always be like, yo, every week my mom go to church, she's crying.
Right.
Every week, like, what are you crying about? Yeah.
Right.
And at that moment, I was just like, yo,
You get it.
I
You get
understand
it.
it.
You get it.
I understand.
So would this be accurate to say like that was probably the moment that worship changed?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Worship changed my life at that moment, and it helped me. It helped me tell people like brag about worship,
Yeah.
like brag about it, like
Right. Because
like
now you got the experience.
now I
It's
got
not
the
you talking
experience.
about somebody else's experience. Now it's like, no, I got my own experience.
I got my own experience. I know how it feels, but I also know what it does for you. Like
Yeah.
like what it does for you, how it makes you feel, and how it connects you to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the moments that really changed my life. Like that was the start.
Yeah. And it was and I think what was so beautiful about like you're an athlete,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, you're a chef, you know what I'm saying, you're a man's man, you love you fashion,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole nine, popular, like who you were then. I mean, like I felt like you were one of the best chefs in the world then. But to see how God has
It really
elevated
just
you,
catapulted.
yeah,
Yeah,
just like
absolutely.
bam, like
Yes.
bam, like it was literally. And I'm not gonna be like, oh man, it was that moment that God changed your life. I don't know
No,
what
but
I'm not saying that
it
moment.
was though. But I can say that. I can say I had never again, I had always been in church and I was those like so I can genuinely say, nah, after that moment, it was like, oh, if I'm at church and I'm feeling it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm both hands in the air
Right.
and I'm crying. And like, if they say if somebody's feeling it in the moment and you want to come up, it was easy for me to come up after that.
Yeah,
But, we live in a world where it's almost great to praise everything else but the man that gives you everything,
Come on, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
and,
And it's easy for people to do it.
and
It's
it's
so
easy
easy to be at a game, to give glory to so many other things
outside
outside
of
of the one who really deserves it
yeah,
all.
it don't take nothing from you.
Yeah.
And I think people, I think they forget how much it is that he does for us or puts us in positions each and every day. Every day he starts us with a new 24.
Yep.
And, a lot of people don't get those opportunities. And I learned that, man.
Bro, like the I think your perspective, like from that moment to now, and even going through some of the things that you've been through,
Yeah.
like facing, like I'll never forget. I'm on tour and I get a call and I was like, "Yo, your brother." I never forget seeing that post. I like to say, "Your brother, he got shot." I was like, "Ain't no way." I was like, "Ain't no way." I kept saying, "Ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't no way." And then I think we weren't in DC yet, but we was on our way to DC, and I just kept going through and going through and going through and going through. How would you say going through what you went through? And do you think that having that worship moment and everything that God did in between was one of the things that got you through that tough time?
Oh man, like uh like so you always ask God, you ask yourself, like, well, if God loved me so much, why did some of these things happen?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and again, I've been through so many things.
It's like, God, you ain't got to add nothing else.
It's like,
Right.
what am I actually doing, God? Like, why is it that things keep happening for me? I mean, things keep happening to me, and I'm trying to, I'm thinking that I'm giving you the praise. I'm thinking that I'm praising you, and you never know. That shooting may sound crazy for me to say was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
I remember talking to you in between. I know how hard.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows how hard that was other than you, like the real
Right.
intense pain.
Right.
So for you to say that when
Yeah.
I know when I hit you on Christmas and you know what I'm saying, to like know what those moments were.
And you know, it helped moments like I remember you flew out there for a day just to see me, and you could see my spirits wasn't the best, man.
Right.
You know, because you're trying to figure out, like, for someone like me who's an ex-athlete who can't walk, like, you know, like one leg would never be the same ever again. And just trying to figure out so many things and asking God, like, why?
Yeah.
But you never know the why, and the faith that you're supposed to have always reminds you that I did this so you could understand that you got something else that I have planned for you.
Yeah.
And 25 was a rough year, just mentally
Yeah.
trying to get back into a spirit of believing again, because you almost like, God, you almost took everything away from me, you know? So how could things be going good for me? Or how can things get better for me? And literally, I told myself that in order to show God that you believe in his journey and and what he has in store for you, you have to physically show him. And it was one of these, and like all throughout 25, I learned to continue to grow my faith. I learned to continue to lean on him. I learned to continue to understand that every bad moment is really the startup for a great moment.
Yeah. It's
Like-
just another moment to experience God.
Yeah.
For him to show you, let me show you who I am in this. I know I took you through that other thing, and I showed you who I was through that. Now this something that you never expected to be in your life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It was like now you get to actually see another side of me, for me to show you, like, yo, no, I am, even in this, I am your provider. Even in this, I'm a healer. Even in this, you know what I mean? I'm Nisi. I'm your banner. I give you victory, even in places where it doesn't seem like you have victory. You know what I mean?
One of my friends, when I was in the hospital, got shot once in Atlanta and passed away. So, you know, when people ask, or some people be like, man, if you praise God so much, why you get shot? Well, I got shot 11 times and I survived. You know, no life-threatening injuries. Like, I'm back on my feet and I'm moving around. And
Bro, and you're like, bro, I like, you don't know, when I left your crib, when I came to see you, like, bro, I was like in the car, I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
yeah,
I had
at that
like,
moment, at
Yeah,
that time when you
I was
came
like,
down
oh,
there,
God.
I was like helpless. Like I was living on my second floor of my house
Yeah.
because I couldn't climb steps. I couldn't walk. I couldn't get myself water. I still had to use a bedpan. So I was still like, at the time that you seen me, I was still like fresh out the hospital after being in the hospital for like 60 days.
Yeah.
So I was still fresh in the beginning stages of everything, you know, and I didn't have nothing but time to like
Bro,
think.
Next time I saw you, I think you had like a
Walker.
You had like a walker. Then I think was you doing a cane for a little bit
Yep,
as
and I had
well.
a cane.
And then I think when I came back up here, I know it might have been when the restaurant, when I saw you just walk out
Yeah,
and like normal,
yeah,
happy,
Yeah.
good, I was like, all I could think about was that moment.
Yeah.
You know, when I was at your crib, I was like, because you didn't even see, you was like, I don't even think you could see the
No,
other side of
bro.
it.
I couldn't see the other side of it, and it's like now February compared to then. Now it's just like the things that God has laid out and shown me that's coming my way now. It's just like, it's crazy to say it, but it was just like, if I had to go through it again to know that this was be on the other side, I'd do it all over again.
Bro.
And of course, nobody want to say it like, oh yeah, go shoot me again. But,
Right.
but
Right.
like knowing like the goodness in God and what he has done for me and what he's still doing for me, the things that I haven't even seen yet, the rooms that
It's so crazy. It's like, I remember you were posting something before, and he was like, man, being shot 11 times. And I'm like, bro, being shot 11 times, then I look up and I see you on TV. It's like, I saw that, and without you saying, go watch me on TV, I look up, you're on TV.
Yeah.
You're on the Food Network.
Yeah.
You're at this event. You got the best, one of the #1 influencers in the world saying, yo, this guy is the absolute truth.
Yeah.
You're food speaks for itself. 2 restaurants, get ready to open up another restaurant.
Yep.
Like, bro, like God is good, man. It's like even through that, like God has
amazing.
shown you His faithfulness.
He's amazing.
And it's just all of it, getting baptized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I watched it. When from Atlanta, just watching it on the computer. It's like, bro, it's still something so beautiful. Like God really gives beauty for ashes.
Oh,
like He
God.
really
Absolutely.
gives beauty for ashes. And going through what you went through and not being bitter.
Not
It'd be so easy.
Yeah, be mad like, why this happened to me, man?
Right.
Like, man, of all people, man, I praise God so much. Like, why this happened to me? But
Right.
honestly, bro, like, I needed it to happen to me. I needed to sit down and I needed to see before how much I took God for granted.
Mm.
How much I took God for granted.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when it happened, the daily things that people take for granted every day, that people don't understand, that it's because of God that you wake up every day. It's because of
bro.
God that you're able to walk, that you're able to taste.
All of these
that you're able
opportunities,
to see.
so it's Him.
Yeah, and so for me, the biggest thing that I learned from it all was just like, you'll never take for granted again God waking you up and being able to step out of your bed and just walk to the bathroom.
Come on. Come on.
And you never realize it until it happens.
Yeah.
You never realize until you get up in the morning and you can't go use the bathroom on your own. And then you start to think like, wow, God is truly amazing. And think about how many people we have to do that for. Think about how many people pray to Him every day, ask Him for certain things, and they forget to ask the simple thing of, or not even ask, but they forget to say the simple thing of, God, just thank you for giving me another 24 hours.
And here's the thing. Yes, that. But then when you pair that with, there were so many people that didn't make it through what I went through. Come on, bro. There were so many people that would not have survived, even mentally. Mentally, bro.
Listen, my biggest testimony and the biggest thing out of the whole situation was being in the hospital. Like, it was times in the hospital when I was 30 days in, where I was just like, I didn't want to be here no more because of mentally how drained I was from. You take somebody that, I had not played football in 10 years plus, but somebody that was able to, for a minute, I made money off of my legs.
Yeah.
Being able to run, being able to chase my kids around, being able
to... You in great shape. Remember, this man has an 8-pack. I've never seen a workout. I've never seen one workout video in my life. He has I'm like, I've never seen this dude talk about a gym and he has an 8-pack. Okay, I'm sorry. They had nothing to do with that.
But man, listen, so just the frustration of feeling like you'll never be yourself again. Trying to figure out like, and even what I do now, it's considered standing, moving around the kitchen, like not being able to having a thought in your mind that you may not be able to do those things again. It was one of those things where I was shot in my hand and I lost feeling in my middle finger, still don't have feeling in my middle finger. So I'm thinking like, I may never be able to hold a knife to cut again. And those things are things where God said, be patient. And I'll show you what you can do with your hands when I'm done with you.
Come on, that's so good.
Man, so like, just the goodness of God and how great He is and how phenomenal of who He is to us, and just waking up every day, even bad situations that happen. And I don't believe in a bad situation.
Yeah, it's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson. It's always
every bad situation that I've had has ended up being a good gift. Every bad door that I've opened, once I opened the door and stepped into the bad situation, turned out being a better situation.
God makes all things work together. Bro.
God makes
all things work together for
the
good of them that love Him.
And my biggest thing that I tell people is, like, make sure you just as much as you tell them thank you in private, you tell them thank you in everything you do. So
Yeah.
and Jelly Roll just had a speech the other day on the Grammys,
Right.
and it was God, 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 God,
Right, right.
and it was so touching because when people posted it on Instagram, the amount of people that I seen that I wouldn't expect to see repost it or comment on it,
Right.
it was refreshing because it's like now I think people are starting to understand like the goodness of God.
Yeah, and I think in people like you, like you're gonna be in spaces that I may never get in, right? You're gonna be in places where you're talking to famous chefs and
Yeah.
people behind the scenes that I may never get to touch. And so it's like God is giving you this testimony to go in streams
Yes.
that a lot of people won't even have opportunity to.
Absolutely.
Nobody's gonna be at the Food and Wine Festival in Miami cooking with billionaires and millionaires with the testimony that you have, bro. It's like, and God is going to use that. God has used it.
Yeah.
God is using it, and He will continue to use like what you went through to get the glory out of it, and to be ministry for people to know Him that
Oh,
may have
man.
never had an opportunity to hear about Jesus, but they get to have somebody gets to have a conversation with you about, man, tell me about your story, and it's over. And then you bring that back. No, if it had not been for the Lord, bro, I wouldn't have made it.
I wouldn't have made
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be the man I am, the chef I am, the dad I am, the son I am, the person to the world that the world sees now. 12 months, 14 months after a life-threatening situation. The man I am now is because of God right now and what He has shown me, what He has taught me in these times to believe. So right now, when people be like, "Oh man, I've been through everything," I've been through. There's nothing you can tell me that you can go through worse than what I went through, and to come out. And I think people look at it like, man, you bounce back. God brought me back.
God did it.
God,
God did it.
it's not that I bounced back. It's God just had another plan for me, but He also used me for so many people to see. Stop getting so discouraged on certain things, man, because this is just a moment in your life that I'm giving you to prepare you for the next moment that I have to give you. And if I don't give you this moment right here, you'll never be able to handle the moment that I'm about to give you.
Did y'all hear that? I don't know who that's for right there. I don't know who's watching this. And that was for you. That was a bar. That was good, bro. That's good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
you've
felt
lived it. You're not telling me about. It's good to hear about what God did for David, and it's good to hear about what God did for Daniel. It's good to hear about what God did for the Hebrew boys, but to actually see what God is doing with somebody that's here now,
yeah,
that somebody that's on this earth that can share. We're overcome by the word of our testimony.
Yeah.
That hey, mentally this probably would have took most people out. Physically,
phys-
this has taken millions of people out.
Yeah.
But to see, I'm sitting in this beautiful restaurant because you were starting this right when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, like just overcoming certain things. Like, I can think about in DC, the most restaurants have closed. 2025, the most restaurants closed in 30 years in 2025.
Wow.
And I opened 1123 soft open in August. I was shot in November and was away from the restaurant for 6 months. Having two restaurants and being able to survive in the midst of it,
Wow.
when phenomenal restaurants that have been stable restaurants to our community for 20 plus years couldn't survive through the economic struggles that
Right.
the world has given us, and to be able to survive them. Listen, man, I can't express how much God, how amazing God is, how much He has changed my life and bettered my life, and still changing and bettering my life.
Yeah.
As I sit right here right now, and like being able to have people like you and to be able to pick up the phone and get more, be educated more from God talking to me through you. It's something that I think a lot of people don't understand. When people give motivational speeches and they give you these amazing speeches, but sometimes they forget that God is actually using you to talk to other people.
Yeah.
So you always have to make sure that when you're giving people the advice that you're giving them, also make sure that you tell them that this is led by God.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. God sets it up. God orchestrates it. He gives us the opportunities. He opens the door for us to be able to sit down with people
Yep.
and be like, yo, hey man, this is what I went through. This is what I'm going through. This is what I overcome. And it's because of the goodness and the mercy of God. Bro, this is dope. This is dope. This conversation is so good. I believe in my heart people have been blessed, will be blessed. And if this blessed you, share it. Share this
Please.
testimony. I'm sitting next to a miracle. I'm sitting next to a miracle and a joker that can cook. That's a double blessing right there. And let me not forget, one of the reasons why I'm here. You know what it is.
I literally called.
The worship changed my life.
I literally called this man and said, "You know how much I love clothes. You pray for me all the time, but make sure the next time I see you,
I had to bring him.
I need some merch."
I had to bring him some merch. And now, great conversation. He has the merch. So you know what's about to happen now. We about to eat.
We definitely about to eat, but I want to make sure. Listen, people, you guys, it's a big thing when you say you support somebody, but when you support someone that genuinely cares about giving you a story to just help you get closer to God, you make sure you support them. So if you support Todd the way you support Todd, make sure you go and pick up some merch. I'm telling you, because you're gonna see it on me in a couple of days. It's gonna be in a nice outfit. You're gonna see it in me in a couple of days.
Put it on. Yeah,
You know,
be crazy.
So
Thank you,
man,
bro.
listen,
Thank
man,
you so much.
God is great, and again, like I said, people remember the testimony that you give to people, because if Todd never invites me out to church to see him sing, I never witnessed the Holy Spirit the way I witnessed it that night, and who knows where I would still be viewing God and worship if I never experienced that. So always make sure that when somebody's pouring into you, especially when they're pouring into you about God, make sure you take it on in.
Wow.
Please.
Wow, that's good, bro. That's good. I'm good. This was good. This was really good. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. It's Worship Changed My Life Conversations. We'll see you guys on the other side. I'm about to eat some branzino or something. All right, peace. Bro, that was good, bro.